And then there's Texas. And my friends, I know you hate it. We talk about it every week on the show. Hate to break it to you. Who's the best team in the country? It's
Texas.
It's not Georgia. It is not Georgia. It sure as hell is not Florida State. It is the Texas Longhorns. And it is going to be remarkable to see this game at DKR against Kansas, because I think this could certainly be leading to the Red River rivalry. This could certainly be a trap game. Although Kansas certainly acquitted itself quite nicely against BYU.
Right.
But I look at Texas, that defense, I've never seen a faster defense. And I've watched football professionally as an analyst and as a member of the media for 25 years, maybe more. I've never seen a defense that's got that level of speed and hand talent. Them dudes can catch the football, and they are fast. And I'm talking about the defensive line. I haven't even gotten to the linebackers. I haven't even gotten to the corners.
Yeah.
That defense, they're in the right place. I feel like Texas's defense is in the right place every single snap.
Well, and the idea that you can scheme a blitz to the point where you can pressure the line, bring the safeties, bring the corners if you want, and you're going to confuse the offensive line by, oh, that's right, dropping your defensive linemen into coverage 8 yards down the field. That's wild to me. I can't say that I've seen that. You don't see defensive linemen dropping in the coverage. And I'm not saying they do it all the time, but just the idea that you have that ability is insane. I mean, the flexibility that gives you is incredible.
Jalen Ford was at Big 12 football media days, and he was standing right behind our table set area, waiting to do an interview, and I was talking to him. And he straight up said, we want to be in the backfield all season long. And you look at the numbers against Baylor, and the fact that Byron Murphy had 2 sacks and another tackle for loss, 3 total tackles for loss. They racked up 8 tackles for loss against Baylor and 5 sacks. And I don't care who the quarterback was. That is a dominant defense. And I know it pisses people off to see how well they play. But, man, I'm telling you, like the Jalen Ford interception, his instincts flowing to the ball, it is Tavondre Sweat.
Dude.
You're not blocking him. Forget it. Just scheme it, because you're not going to block him. And that secondary it's wild. Dude, it is absolutely wild how good Texas is. And I'd also point out, if you're gonna let Quinn Ewers bust your ass off for a 29-yard touchdown run, just pack your shit and leave.
Yeah.
Because excuse my,
dude, come on,
43 minutes.
Come on,
just pack your stuff and go.
Pack your thing up. We're out of here.
Because you're not gonna beat them if he's breaking you off like that.
Yeah.
And the idea that Jonathan Brooks is not only your best running back, but is a phenomenal blocker, and then your big play wide receiver was actually your big play tight end in Jatavian Sanders, my guy.
Yeah.
Good night. It's over.
Yeah.
They're going to win the Big 12.
And that's why when I look at the AP, I'm like, hey, how is Texas not 1 or 2? Because Texas has had the measuring stick game. They did beat Alabama at Alabama's place. They've done that. And so that's why I'm like, hey, even if you're not a Texas guy, even if you don't even like Texas, how can we sit here and be like, yeah, Michigan, khakis, when they haven't played anybody? Yet here we are week in and week out, and
wild.
Harbaugh wants to joke about 150 football games on his TV at once, yet I get to sit here and look at some garbage AP poll with Texas behind Michigan. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't I don't know, man. It is wild. And then real quick, because I need to eat some crow. It was fun while it lasted, Texas Tech. It was fun. It was fun being excited that maybe the Red Raiders could be the surprise of the Big 12. It was fun that maybe wreck 'em could wreck 'em, and we'd be pew-pewing all season. Now that's all dead now. You don't lose to West Virginia, and I don't care if you play that game in the middle of the Atlantic. You don't go to no real team. And I know, Morgantown, you're going to be pissed, and I love hearing from our West Virginia fans. You don't go to West Virginia and lose and call yourself a quality program. You just don't. You just don't.
Yeah.
And it is shocking to me that we are going to sit here and we are going to make excuses for Joey McGuire and the Red Raiders. Those excuses are all gone. You're not very good. You're not well coached. Your offense relies far too much on big plays and rarely executes them. And I as far as I'm concerned, Tyler Shucks should never take another snap at Texas Tech. It's over. It's over. The honeymoon, this idea, it's over. It's over. Tyler Shuck, you should have probably stayed at Oregon then. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're done at that. What is the point? Like, there was a Twitter conversation over the weekend about, oh, well, we got to get the kid back to 100%. We're not making injury excuses. Was he under center? He was. That means he's healthy. If he's on the field, there are no excuses. He was on the field.
Yeah.
This team deserves a better quarterback. And now I think after the way that Tech played in this game, now I think you have to ask yourself, is Joey McGuire the right guy for this job? I'm stunned. Why? Okay, Laramie, I get it. Tough, altitude, your mom, like all the excuses, I'm here for it. You should have beat Oregon. And even though I'm here for it, you should have beat Wyo. You were in position, really terrible play calling on the defensive side of the ball in both fourth quarter and overtime. Killed you against Wyoming.
Seriously.
But now you went to Morgantown and you lost to the guy who's supposedly the laughingstock. Is West Virginia the laughingstock, or are you? Because now I'm having trouble. Better check the decal on the helmet, because I'm not sure which is which.
Yeah.
And it's time to start asking real difficult questions about Texas Tech and their ability to prepare for a football game. No more excuses. No more nice talk. No more, oh, we'll get him next time, coach.
I mean, you should be 4-0 right now. Like, let's be real.
And
you were in position.
And listen, Joey McGuire's a great story. High school coach, Texas Tech, great story.
Yeah.
But it's only a great story if you actually wind up getting laid after prom. And I don't think that's where Joey's going. I don't think Joey's going to prom.
No, he's staying home and playing board games.
Okay, I feel better. Every team that I at least observe, just please win one game. Like, I had no joy. And I remind you, I'm also a Chicago Bears fan. Texas
it's garbage.
Texas Tech is better than the Bears.
Yeah, did the Bears play this weekend? Because I didn't see any.
Can Joey McGuire please go coach the Chicago Bears?
Dude.
All right.
Business to attend to.
Less of us, more of you. Let's start. Why don't we start with a couple of new members on the show today?
Okay.
G. Lee.
Let's go, baby.
G. Lee, good to see you with the Baylor logo there. There's another guy in Dave Aranda. Probably ought to book your U-Haul, Dave. Just saying. John Hamm.
Let's go, John. Good start to the week here.
One of my favorite actors. Glad you watched the show.
Yeah.
You don't even know who John Hamm, the actor, is.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You know, that's fine. Aaron Wilson for $2. Ooh, Aaron.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you want to refund? Yeah. I have been saying these exact things on Twitter, Aaron Wilson said. Dude, it's rough days. It is rough days at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I'm always okay if you lose games. Everybody's going to lose. But no, and let me talk about Notre Dame instead of Texas Tech, but I'm going to say the exact same words. When you know you have 10 men on the field for 2 plays in a row that will decide the football game and you don't know how to handle that, you probably shouldn't be coaching at Notre Dame.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
I mean, he said it. You took me out of context, bro. It's in your press conference all over Twitter. Marcus Freeman said, I knew we had 10 men on the field, but I didn't have timeouts and I didn't want to take a penalty.
Don't play intramurals, brother.
Okay, well.
So instead of taking a penalty that, puts it on first down, but they're not getting yardage out of that because it's goal line situation. Okay. You don't want to take a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want any kind of delay or any kind of issue.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just lose the game instead. That makes a lot of sense,
Listen,
dude.
instead of taking a penalty, take the next train out of town and don't ever come back.
Please.
You're not good enough to coach at Notre Dame, Joey McGuire. Wait, I kind of...
It's real.
The
dude,
next
it's
wagon.
real.
Take the next wagon out of Lubbock. Take whatever you...
Yeah, and take your tortilla with you.
Like, I don't know how you coach at this level, and you don't know what to do when you don't have timeouts. Yell at them to jump offside. Yell at them. Yell at them. Have you no voice?
But he's a young head coach. He's inexperienced.
For
Come
crying out
on.
loud, Jesus is watching the game right there. Jesus is watching the game right up there, and you don't know what to do? Please.
In God's name, image, and likeness.
Come on.
Please.
Come
help
on.
me. Casey Anthony got away with it. Okay. Appreciate the $5. Ryan Day is a jagoff.
Wow.
Well,
here comes
I mean,
here comes the hey, he talked junk about Lou Holtz comment.
okay, they deserve that. Lou, listen, first of all, I'm not the only one who thought Lou Holtz is dead. And by the way, I'm not the only one who still thinks Lou Holtz is dead. And I saw the interview he did on ESPN with Pat McAfee.
I'm Shiva, the god of death.
All right, Ryan Day is a jagoff. Also, congratulations to Justin Fields to throw for almost 100 yards, which is really hard to do when you play the whole game. Everybody, let's go. Let's gas. Fucking right. Oh, sorry. My bad. I got carried away. I apologize. I was trying to make Justin Fields is not an NFL quarterback. Matt Eberflus, go coach Texas Tech because you're not an NFL head coach.
They need you.
You're not an NFL head coach, man. Like,
You can drive your ass back to Texas.
do you get Notre Dame? Yeah, you're not good. The Bears, you lost $100,000 worth of merchandise.
Yeah.
That's out of the window.
Somebody robbed you.
And quite literally drove through your fence.
You can't make this up. Raptor 88. I signed up for Tri-Day trading.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, Justin Fields.
Let's go.
You got it. Motherfuckers. Help me.
My mind is blown.
Dude.
Stay hard.
Yeah, dude.
My guy,
All of
Raptor
it.
88. Let's go. I love it, dude. That is TridayTrading.com. You guys, you got to make it happen. I tell you every single day on the show, stop complaining about your boss. Stop complaining about your life. Stop complaining about going back to the office, the TPS reports, the price of gas. Stay at home and work for yourself. TridayTrading.com. Sign up,
Do it.
as Raptor 88 did, for your $10 charitable donation. You give $10 to Tri-Day Trading, they give it to charity, tax write-off. And then you flip around and you get the best trial membership you've ever had. It's 30 days. They give you the entire program. Professional, elite level day trading coaching. All about their process, their algorithm, their software. They show you everything. At the end of that 30 days, is it not for you? Okay, walk away. Nobody does. When you sign up at Tri-Day Trading, you realize very quickly that the $1,000 a day that full-time graduates of the program are making is legit and real. Go get it. Go get it, man. Congratulations, Raptor. Let us know how it goes. John Teal for $5. Haters only push kids towards Dion. 80% of the blue chip 4-star look, walk, and talk like Dion. Don't offend them talking about the culture. Some of it is the culture. No doubt about it. You're exactly right. Okay, Casey Anthony got away with it for $20.
Let's go, baby.
Dan Lanning's a jagoff.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
let's
Can you write that down?
let's see, list of jag-offs. Okay, Jakey Two Holes, number 1.
Correct. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
I knew today would be shitty.
Dan Lanning, number 2. Kenny Dillingham.
Hey, whoa! You forgot Ryan Day.
Ryan Day, yeah, the golfer or the coach?
I don't know, dude.
Ryan Day. Okay. Dan Lanning is a jagoff.
With all due respect.
He knew they couldn't lose the game and he wouldn't have to play them again, and they lost their best player for the game. He took over an elite program. Deion took over a 1-11 team. That's why Dan Lanning, you're a jagoff.
Thank you. And if people want to tell me that nobody cares about this, I'm telling you, it is the essence of college football, dude. Dan Lanning is the ultimate front runner, the ultimate take over a successful program and then go pick on the little guy. Last time I checked, Dan, you haven't beat Georgia or Texas or Florida State or anybody.
Have Mondays, has a single Monday in the last month let us down on this show?
And I swear to God, Dan Lanning, when you go to your bowl game that is, the college football playoff is on the line and you lose, I will come for you that next Monday. I swear to God.
Harry Austin, what's up, my San Antonio guy, for $6. Let's go. I thought we agreed to not talk about Colorado football, pro or college. Oh, yeah. And yes, $1 for every point CU score.
Damn, bro. Damn.
Here's $1 for every point CU scored. Oh, they got shut out. You're broke. Pretty much.
Damn.
Love you, Harry. John Teal for $5. Just beat Arizona State, and Stanford. Give them 6-6 in a bowl game. Colorado has 5 wins in the last 2. I believe people are jealous and need a buckshot.
Agreed.
Yes, I agree that people need a buckshot. I think there is a lot of. I don't want to get too philosophical. It's a Monster Monday of football and everything, but I think there's a lot of people who don't like other people that succeed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who like to be rain clouds. Honest to God, on a bright, sunshiny day, oh, yeah, hey, there's Steve. It's a rain cloud.
Oh, what a loser.
There's a lot of people who resent success, and I think Deion's dealing with that. Delaric for $5. Most of those 5 stars are big guys up front, which he knows he needs.
Yes.
He's talking about Deion at Colorado has more 5-star recruits that have already and are planning, have scheduled official visits than they've had at Colorado in 5 years. Let that sink in. 5-star recruits, the highest level of recruiting. And if you don't know this, I don't mean to be a simp, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. Everybody fights over the 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, right? At Colorado, I want to say it'd been 2 years since they had a 5-star recruit visit. And Deion has had more. I think he's got something like 20-something 5-star recruits scheduled for official visits. Yeah. It's a wild-ass number. He's doing the job.
Yeah.
You want to play. You want to play for Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Gator MF. How about your Gators beating Charlotte 22-7? Graham Mertz.
Wow, man. Whew.
20 of 23 for Graham Mertz against Charlotte. No, I'm not doing it.
Man, what a schedule.
Dan Lanning had the Missouri redneck swag. Him and Deion are both great. That should be the story. I agree. They're both great. They're both great. Right. No doubt about it. John Hamm for $5. You two are entertaining, and thank you for that. I used to call my wife Lucifer, but I had to apologize to Lucifer for that, as he is at least has a code. God damn.
I'm Shiva, the god of death.
It's funny. We were talking to a lawyer friend of ours who handles divorces about prenups the other day.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's not good. Big shout out to our guy Aaron Wilson, gifted a membership.
Yeah.
Let's go. Appreciate you. You guys are amazing. By the way, we have 2 levels of membership. Neither one of them gets you the brand new Apple Watch Ultra with the 9 series chip in it. No,
stay hard.
You don't get any of that in our membership, but you do for $1.99. Okay.
Is your wrist sore?
No, in my shoulders get to hanging low and stuff. But the point is, for $1.99, you get your comments highlighted and read. We always read member comments first. We get thousands of comments per show. For $9.99, you get a invite into our members-only Instagram chat, which is phenomenal. It's worth the $9.99 a month. Trust me when I say that. We have a great community. Hook it up. Lots of Dion hate in that group, too, by the way. So, feel free to.
Yeah, for all the haters, just jump in the group,
Casey Anthony gave us $7.26.
Oh, okay.
I like it. A penny for every yard the Dolphins got versus Denver. P.S.
Bro.
How about the Dolphins? How pathetic was it that Russell Wilson played the entire game to pad stats? Was it that? Okay, so hour number 2 of the Monty Show, as always, is presented by our good friends at The Advocates, theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. The Advocates, you can always talk to an attorney for free at theadvocates.com. You never pay a penny to talk to an attorney, ever. There are no consultation fees. There are no retainer fees because you don't pay the advocates unless and until they win your case at theadvocates.com. Was that to pad stats or was that as punishment? I don't know what you say about the Denver Broncos because this Sean Payton was hired and people thought, well, this is it. The Dolphins are going to lose at
Are people Myron?
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, nope, that didn't happen. I mean, listen, I like Sean Payton. I respect Sean Payton as a coach, but maybe he needs Dion to come flip that roster over.
No, what he needs is somebody who will actually, throw it down the field where he's supposed to throw it. Like, I love Russell Wilson, but it's no secret. Russell Wilson isn't some, all-in, head-over-heels believer in the Sean Payton system.
But I thought he actually played well.
Yeah.
I did not think. I don't think Russell Wilson's the problem there. Mainly, I mean, you gave up 70 points. I mean, you might want to stop. I'm not a football player. I get it. You might want to stop somebody. And if the Cheetahs run in right through the middle of the field, I mean, you probably shouldn't just stand there and watch this. And I don't know I'm not sure who the safety was, but and the safety's like, oh man, that dude is fast.
You guys see how fast Tyreek can run, dude?
Hey man, you guys watching how fast the Cheetah's running over here, man?
He's faster now than he did at the combine, man.
Man, he's going all the way. If you want to watch the game, no, I'm not going cliche.
Buy a ticket, dog.
Devon Achane running for 203. Who? I'm sorry, who that? Devon Achane broke off the Denver Broncos for 200 yards. They ran for 376 yards. They put up 700 yards of offense. And I know let's get crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say Russell Wilson's not the problem in Denver. Right. You may want to tackle somebody, dude. I think they have a long way to go there. I think the most shocking, and I would love your NFL takes as well, because I do want to keep mixing in college and NFL. Am I the only one that's stunned about that loss was not the most shocking, the Denver loss? The Dallas Cowboys going to Arizona and getting handled.
Oh, you mean the Dallas Cowboys doing what they do best, right? I mean, isn't that what we get every year?
No.
Hey, they're a great team, and then they lose a game they shouldn't lose.
They are truly a great team.
Well,
but I think this is a team that has a little bit of a hey, one of our leaders is out for the year. What do we do now?
But okay, I'm not trying to be too harsh here. That's an excuse, is it not? I mean, isn't this is the NFL where it's week in and week out and next man up and like, hey, I mean, how many days do you need to be past that or to accept that?
Dude, the Arizona Cardinals ran for 222 yards in that game.
Yeah, and that's not because they're good at running the ball. That's
right. This is an elite defense. I think they were trying to cover for Trayvon Diggs. Like to lose that caliber of defensive back. I'm not trying to make excuses. You are correct that the Dallas Cowboys always have that bad loss in them, and it's usually once a month.
Yeah.
This was different. I mean, Dak Prescott, he's not what's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys.
No.
And Tony Pollard is not what's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're a little under-talented at the wide receiver, certainly. But I look at that defense, and I am stunned at the lack of coverage ability against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Like, just opening up the defensive line for runs was shocking.
Yeah.
It was. I'm open to the idea. I'm naive, but my God.
So I was surprised that they were losing to the Cardinals, but then I said, wait a minute. This is what this organization struggled with for years.
Yes.
Losing a game. And whether it's now in September or whether it's in, December and it's got playoff implications and it's a game you really shouldn't lose, but you did. Like, it's the same concept. And this time, I'm not even telling you it's on Dak. Dak played fine. Pollard played fine. Michael Gallup and company played fine. How is it that you gave up that much to the Cardinals, man? Like, and it felt like the offense, while the stat sheet says the offense played well, this is not a good game offensively out of the Cowboys. I mean, this is an offense that's capable of 30, 35 a week. And you put up 16 against this defense. And so, sure.
Kazir White was awfully good for Arizona. I mean, if you look at their defense is not great. But the two guys that really, if you look at it, the two guys that really stood out for you, I think Marco Wilson and Kazir White. Those two guys, I felt like we were watching. They were the only two on defense for Arizona.
Yeah.
They played well.
Yeah.
And
you're talking about a defense that's, they've traded some guys, dude.
Let me throw this out there to Oklahoma and Big 12 fans. Is CeeDee Lamb disappointing? I'm starting to lean that way. Because I watched probably too much Cleveland Browns football. And Washcloth Man actually had a game. And there's a wide receiver in Cleveland who notably used to play for Jarrah, and Jarrah didn't want to pay him. And CeeDee Lamb is the guy that's supposed to step into that spot, and I don't know that he has. And I look at the way Amari Cooper plays for Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I look at the job that Deshaun Watson did. And I am a little surprised that they dropped 27 on Tennessee. And Deshaun Watson, this is the first game I've ever watched from everybody's favorite massage booking patient.
Right.
Customer.
Right.
And stuff. He looked fairly a competent quarterback. And I think that if he can keep himself together, and if he doesn't start, again, collecting mass amounts of washcloths and he focuses on football.
Ain't no reset.
If this dude does that, you're gonna compete for the division.
Yeah.
And I'm not even all kidding aside. Am I the only one that's shocked by the way Deshaun Watson looked yesterday?
Yeah, definitely a step in the right direction. No doubt about it. Obviously, like you just said, this is the first time where you've been like, hey, there's some shades. There's some semblance of the guy that we thought we were getting. And again, it's not like he, blew your doors off and threw for 350, but you look at the numbers.
No, but he executed.
He put the ball where it needed to be.
Time and space.
Yeah. And again, you look at the receiver room, right? Cooper's got a nice game, 116 yards. Peoples-Jones,
Njoku.
Even Kareem Hunt even had 2 receptions. They had a nice week. Now they need to do it again.
But you look at the division, Kenny Pickett, kind of surprising in Pittsburgh, that they went to the desert and then hung out in Kansas City all night. But did you guys hear about that? The Pittsburgh Steelers flew from Las Vegas, had an engine malfunction, landed in Kansas City, and sat on a plane for 12 hours. And probably are just now getting to Pittsburgh. Wild. But what we saw out of the Steelers last night on Sunday Night Football was a little surprising. The loss by the Baltimore Ravens, a lot surprised. That division's wide open. And Joe Burrow, we're waiting to find out if he's going to play tonight. I don't think he will. Why would you play Joe Burrow tonight? Just don't.
Joseph Lee Burrow.
How about my guy Cleveland Rocks for $2? How about those Browns? Let's roll, dude. Seriously, Casey Anthony got away with it for $5. Mr. Washcloth is back. Losing Nick Chubb forces Deshaun to carry the offense. At Houston and Clemson, he never had that elite workhorse. he had to be the guy. Oh, that's not wrong.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Nick Chubb, you told me, I know you know.
Yeah.
But Nick Chubb only tore his MCL.
Yeah. And news that shocked the world. Only tore the MCL. Only out 6 to 8 months. That's an incredible break.
That's wild based on the video. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. Hey, look at that. Another new member, Carrie Lee.
Oh, let me pull it out here. Hang on. Okay.
Let's go, Carrie Lee. Appreciate you very much. Good to see all you guys jumping on the membership. Really helps the channel grow. Thank you for that. Boy, what an hour and 10 minutes we've had on the show. Couple other things in college football. I don't want to get too far away from the Alabama game as well. I think there's a storyline in there. Alabama beats Ole Miss 24-10.
Roll Tide!
So a certain person walked into the studio and was like, wow, we got to talk about Nick Saban's legacy.
Kiss my butt!
That legacy's intact now that he beat Ole Miss. God, like, do you understand how many games that guy has won?
Not about that.
It's not his legacy's intact. If he never wins another game and loses every one, his legacy as the greatest coach ever is intact.
That's why we have fine moms.
The biggest question I have is, do you realize that anything happened before the day you were born? Number two.
No.
Let's talk about Lane Train's legacy. Because it's getting old with Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
And if you watch this show, you know I am a Lane Train guy.
Right.
I'm usually the conductor on the Lane Train. Can we win a big game? Any big game. Has this guy ever won a big game? I think the answer is no. Lane Kiffin is that ultimate guy who hypes you up and gets you ready. And, oh, look at Jackson Dart. Look at the flowing lettuce on Jackson Dart. He's a lefty. Lane Kiffin's a quarterback guru. Jackson, Lane and Jackson, we're good. Ole Miss lost again to Alabama.
Fucking A.
This was supposed to be Lane Kiffin undercutting Nick Saban. This was supposed to be the pupil beating the old man, and Lane realizes that there were 9 different defensive play callers every week.
Oh.
Well, it turns out they called the right plays against Ole Miss because you guys couldn't score.
Oh.
And I'm just asking, is Lane Kiffin overrated?
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly, right? I mean, just like you said, Nick Saban disciple, someone who's clearly really talented, but just hasn't gotten over the hump yet. And yeah, I do think last week, I remember talking about it on the show. People were wondering, is Nick Saban still the guy? Is Alabama still that team? Like, I think it's absolutely a relevant conversation. I mean, maybe legacy is the wrong word, but Nick Saban and his reputation currently needed that win. And he went out and got the job done and deserves credit for that. And yeah, Lane Kiffin can stop impersonating Nick Saban in press conferences now.
Okay, the comment of the year has arrived.
Okay.
I mean, wow. Wow, Kaufman. Really? Hey, Monty, I think you might want to find some new football teams to root for.
Wow, man. Boy, that really...
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Truer words have never been spoken. Bryce Martin. How was that Texas Baylor game? Is Dave Aranda getting fired?
Yeah, he should be, but...
Who's in a worse spot, Baylor or Texas Tech?
Baylor, because there's expectations.
I think Baylor's in a far worse spot. Bryce says, "Yikes! How the turns have tided." Right? Rafi Hughes. We're going Rafi Hughes. What's up, Rafi? Both Harbaughs are Jagoffs. How is Michigan number 2? You guys saw Speaking of Jagoffs, you guys saw the AP poll this week, right? Like, somebody help me.
Help me
do something other than be a Notre Dame fan. How is Michigan number 2?
It's a defense.
How is Texas not number 1? Even if it's Georgia, because they're 2-time champions.
Roll, SRT.
Kirby, not so smart with the cars, says, hey, we are gonna absolutely go for a 3-peat. We're never been better.
Bro.
Okay, leave Georgia number 1. How is Texas not number 2? right?
Yeah.
Am I crazy for that?
No, you're not crazy. That was some of your best work right there.
What's that?
Kirby not so smart with the cars.
Well,
dude.
Seriously.
No, yeah, I don't know. I think you can make a strong case. Like Georgia, I get it. Okay, national champions 2 times in a row. Okay, just on merits alone, you're undefeated. You're number 1 overall. Michigan hasn't won a damn thing. Has a weak-ass schedule and a coach that was suspended and said that their season was over.
Yes.
And yet they're still number 2. Then I get to Texas, a guy running that program in Sark, who everyone wants to say Alabama's going to beat the alcohol out of them, and you want to make all these terrible jokes.
God.
And what did they do?
Come on.
They went into Bryant-Denny, got the job done. They went into Waco, got the job done. And not only got the job done, but beat the hell out of Baylor and Dave. So I just don't understand the respect for Michigan, especially after the playoff performance last year. You can't lose that game, bro. You can't if you are a legit team. Your first chance to shut up the haters. And yet, what do? You lose that game, and we still get to sit here and talk about how you're a mediocre team that gets a free pass every single year.
Jeremy Callahan says, Ole Miss coasts on SEC chest-pounding BS reputation. Well, I'm here for the SEC hate, totally. J.K. Marshall, Lane is the same class as every other SEC coach save Saban and Smart. Truth. You're not wrong. Bryce Martin, difference between Texas and Ole Miss. Both have up 24 to Bama, but only 1-1. Ole Miss does not have an elite offense.
Unfortunately.
Well, Jackson Dart is running for his life. Every single snap. Did you see that play where his helmet popped off?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Come on. Jim Choi, Lane goes to Alabama. He'll win a natty. Well, man. You know who I'm interested in going to Alabama? Josh McDaniels at the Raiders.
Roll Tide!
Tell me he's not the next offensive coordinator because he's getting whacked at the Raiders.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yep.
Tell me he's not the next offensive
you
coordinator in
can't-
Tuscaloosa.
Dude, you can't be so bad that Devontae Adams is like, hey, like, we got to do it this year. Last year was work on it year. This year is do it year. Like,
yeah,
dude,
did you guys hear this?
You can't have that, dude.
The Raiders are raidering. And I am a casual observer of the Oakland Raiders, but these are not the Oakland Raiders, and you have to go no further than these comments from one of the best receivers in the NFL.
We got to be real with ourselves, man. When we get these these opportunities to come after, watch tape together and do these constructive things, we got to get something out of it. And that's not just talking and doing all of that, but it's about putting it to action, figuring out what's wrong and doing something about it so that when we go out there the next time, it looks different. It's not supposed to just be a week of just talking about shit. We got to go out there and do it. And, that's the theme of this year is doing it, not just talking about it and figuring out what we need to do. We did all that last year. This year we got to be about it.
Ooh.
That's gas, dude.
Ooh.
So if you're ownership, how you not whacking?
And
buddy?
now Jimmy Garoppolo has a concussion. Jimmy Garoppolo and concussion protocol in doubt for next week.
Yeah, glad Jimmy G filled his quota of games this year.
And again, I will just ask the question, why did you let Derek Carr go? Because Derek Carr is better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
By the way, Derek's got a busted AC joint, so he's week to week, according to the Saints. Why did you let Derek Carr go? I said it when it happened, and everybody laughed at me. It's a mistake to let Derek Carr go because Derek Carr is better than an always injured Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
And I still to this day don't understand why you let him go.
Yeah.
But, hey, you know what? All due respect to Fresno State. Jeremy Callahan says Baylor is worse off by miles. Brandon Butler, being a Chicago-born sports fan should require a safe word. My guy. Like, seriously.
Okay, so that's how it's going to be.
Cubs are doing everything they can do to screw my life up. No. Hey, never mind that we just renewed our spring training season tickets. No, you don't worry about that. No, friends. No. Just forget the playoffs. I'll be over here crying in a corner, and I swear to William Wirtz in heaven, if Connor Bedard gets hurt for the Blackhawks, I am quitting nothing. I am shaving nothing. I'm just telling you now. I will do nothing if Connor Bedard gets hurt.
You mean the next Patrick Kane?
Stop. Badass 377 for $5. I'm sure you are. The new pack has 3 teams in the top 25 with Oregon State, Washington State, and you ready? You guys ready? You ready? Fresno State. the new pack.
The new pack.
Pack.
The
2.
NP.
The NP. Thank you.
Yeah, the NP. Yeah.
Pack
10.
Pack 10. Bryce Martin, Texas should be the best team in the country. They are well-rounded, no real weakness, and they could have scored more. Yeah, and Bryce was at the game in Waco.
All hat, all cattle.
Dude, I'm telling you, Texas is the best team in the country. That
he
defense,
has our full respect.
How fast is that defense?
How fast is the defense? How incredible are the hands on your running back room? Like,
wild.
Dude, that catch along the sidelines by that back, can't remember his name off the top of my head. One-handed catch, runs up the sideline, gets a first down, and then, just casually as you're stepping out of bounds, you go ahead and truck one of the Baylor guys. Like, dude, we're just better than you. I mean, that's what it reeked of. And you knew Texas was going to beat up on Baylor, but I agreed with what the broadcast was saying. Dude, Baylor didn't have any fight in them. It's okay to lose to Texas, but
they quit.
But I agree. They just quit. They did not have anything left.
And the Jonathan Brooks hit you're talking about on the sideline was just icing on top of that.
Yeah.
And I mean this in all due respect to Dave Aranda. Baylor football carries Dave Aranda's personality. It's boring. It's not exciting. It's very vanilla. And that's it. Like,
Facts.
She's not hot. She's like, that's it. That's the whole, that's Baylor football.
That's it, Skippy.
Vanilla, boring, not exciting.
Yeah.
I don't
know. And it used to be okay for Dave to be that way because his Baylor teams want to just punch you in the face. Like last year, Baylor, even though you were losing, you were still beating teams up. You were still grinding teams.
Stop the presses.
Oh, dear. Oh, my.
Now, James, who is the noted curator of the mullet on this show.
Oh, dear. Oh, my.
Who, when you say Mike Gundy's name,
Stay hard.
his ears perk up.
I'm a man.
He paid us $5 not to make an Oklahoma State comment,
Where are we at in society today?
The hell is this?
but to break many, many unwritten rules in Okie State
Makes
lore
me want to puke.
by complimenting Texas Longhorn football.
Whoa, dude.
I was in Waco for Baylor and Texas. Quinn Ewers looked like Colt McCoy running the ball. Texas looks really good.
It's the fucking vernal equinox.
Which is
Dude,
not, what happened here?
What?
Is it because I think the first day of fall officially arrived or whatever? Are you feeling okay? Have you been to the doctor? Perhaps you need to,
the coronavirus.
pop a Lortab? Something. I don't know, my man. But I'm a little concerned you just paid to say something nice, and I'm not going to refund you. Don't ask. You paid to say something nice about Texas.
Better send those refunds.
Dude,
Now,
are you okay?
Would this have anything to do with the fact that, Okie State these days, I mean, listen, everybody has, a terrible.
And, pardon me,
Mike?
What's worse? Going to Morgantown?
Mike?
Or going to Ames and looking like a dickhead?
Because it's garbage.
Because you look terrible at Iowa State.
How, dude? Help me, Mike.
They have more players suspended for
God.
gambling than you have active quarterbacks who are competent. Like, are you serious? You went to Ames, Iowa, and you got boat raced, my
Dude,
guy. And then you paid a comment about Texas? You went to Ames and got the ass whooped.
Bro, dude, Gundy deserves better than this out of Okie State Nation, dude. At least give the guy a beating over this. How? Dude, how? Iowa State, dude, how? How does this happen?
I'm not surprised.
You know how it happens? Because Mike Gundy doesn't want to recruit the way he needs to recruit. Mike Gundy's comfortable and knows, hey, we're Okie State. We're probably not a frontline college football playoff team. We just kind of need to go to a bowl every year, and I'll be fine.
Everybody's talking about the quarterbacks at Oklahoma State. And admittedly, Bowman threw 2 picks. That's never good. When are we going to start talking about the fact that they threw for 348, put up 422, and had 35 minutes of possession? I mean Iowa State football. Like the football team at Iowa State.
Keep it real.
Had 35 minutes of possession.
But wait,
like
the clock's
Cyclones.
moving. The clock's moving faster. Like
Breece Hall plays for the Jets. Brock Purdy plays for the 49ers, I try to forget. They still possess the ball 35 minutes.
Dude. How?
Mike Gundy's fine. T. Boone Pickens is asking for a refund from the grave. Like, what are we doing in Stillwater? What are we doing?
Nothing good, dude.
Dudes.
I mean, and I'm being serious, James, and I'm not even making a personal with you, but I'm being serious. Dude, as a fan base, are you not pissed? Are you not like, hey, what is this? Like, again, I'll just keep pointing this out, and it's no shade. There are many teams in the college football landscape who are never going to sniff the college football playoff. And my opinion is Okie State's one of those teams. Damn good Big 12 team. You have no business being in that conversation.
Okay, James has made an excuse.
Okay. All right. Okay.
James has made an excuse, and it has to deal with his fiance.
Stay hard.
Okay.
My fiance's a Baylor fan.
Come on.
That's why we went to that game. Now let me ask you something.
Hiscock.
Listen, I'm not a guy who I've been known to romance the stone, right?
Here I am.
Should you be dating should you be nuptially in agreement with somebody who is a Baylor fan?
Jackass.
Now that's better than being married to a Texas fan, horns down.
Hook 'em, girl.
Because your horn will never be up if you're married to a Texas fan.
Wow,
So
bro.
the question. See what that was?
See what he did there.
That was a marriage joke.
Right.
Should you be dating a Baylor fan
Dude.
or engaged to a Baylor fan?
Dude, James, how are you doing this right now, bro? I mean, again, I think we can agree Baylor's better than you right now, and that's hard to say.
Dave Aranda or Mike Gundy? Bullet.
Honestly, seriously, I would take Gundy just for the attitude alone.
Bullet.
At least with Gundy, I know I can get some attitude and some try hard.
Listen. Nobody cares about Bedlam. Nobody. Just focus on the mullet. Don't focus on my kid at quarterback or Bedlam because we're not talking about that.
Nope.
Chris Phillips. This show is off the rails now. Chris Phillips. Oklahoma State losing to Iowa State is far worse than Texas Tech losing to the Mountaineers.
Dude.
And then Jeremy Callahan right behind that. Please stop talking like Iowa State and West Virginia are the Cal and Stanford of the Big 12. Iowa State played in a conference championship game more recently than Texas has. You got more dudes in trouble at Iowa State for gambling. They don't
bro.
That program is in shambles,
bro. You
dude.
spent more money suspending guys than bringing them in on visits.
You're paying your general counsel more money to cover this gambling thing than you are. By the way, Neil Brown. This is a good win.
God damn, dude.
Okay, now.
So wait.
It is time on the show, and we set specific time apart. Every time that West Virginia wins a game, we eulogize the West Virginia fan base because Neil Brown is one step closer to not getting fired.
God.
Right? He's one step closer to keeping his job at West Virginia.
Joey, dude, please, bro. Help me, man. Help, Mountaineer Nation.
There's no way that Joey McGuire is getting fired.
God.
But Joey, turning the screws on West Virginia fans like that by going there and losing.
You're out of your freaking mind.
So that Neil Brown's job feels a little more secure. That's just cold-blooded.
Dude.
That's just cold-blooded because,
Cold-blooded, clean, methodical, and thorough.
Dude.
We should probably stop.
Yes, I've asked for Joey to come on the show.
Like 1,000
And
times.
the answer's been no every single week for the last 4 weeks.
Big shout out to our newest member on the show, the Josh Osegueda. Osegueda.
Dude, first Casey Anthony and now
The Josh
who?
Osegueda.
Bro, what?
Bro,
Who the f*** is that guy?
Josh from El Segundo.
Hey,
Welcome to the
let's
show.
go, baby.
How would you pronounce it? Well, you sit over here and do the pronunciations.
Josh.
The Josh Osegueda. That's as close as I can get.
Whatever.
Tanner Plummer. Wait, Oklahoma State has QBs now? No, they don't. But they threw the ball well. But this is how bad Iowa State is.
You're so fucked.
This is how bad they are.
Dude.
Alan Bowman,
Who?
23 of 48, 278, 2 scores, and 2 picks. He's also their second leading rusher, 4 carries and 5 yards with a touchdown.
Bro.
I mean, that's fine.